What up, y'all? Welcome back to Learn Some Stuff. In this series, we really won't be doing a lot of things that are related to current events or that can be related to stuff going on today. However, in today's episode, we will. A topic that's sort of been on the forefront of cultural discussion is the handshake. Why do we shake hands every time we meet somebody and spread all of the germs that have been on our hands since the last time we washed them? People are searching for alternatives like the old elbow touch, or some people even touch their chest. Really haven't thought of an alternative for it yet that's been settled on by everyone, but it got me to wondering, how did this even start? Why do we reach out and literally grab someone else's body and shake it? So I did some research. Let's get right to it. The handshake was created as a gesture of peace. When you grab someone's hand, you're clasping it to make sure that they may not have a weapon in that hand, like a spear or a sword. And many believe that the reason we shake the hand is to possibly shake loose any weapons that could be hiding up somebody's sleeve, both figuratively and literally. Actually, in Roman culture, instead of shaking hands, they would grasp each other's forearms, just for that purpose, to detect if there was anything hiding up their sleeve. And as far as my research goes, there's kind of varying accounts, but one of the earliest depictions of the handshake, now I'm going to need a note card for this one, is in 9th century BC. It's a Syrian king. His name is Shalmaneser III. There is a depiction of him shaking the hand of a Babylonian ruler when they sealed an alliance with each other. There are also many examples in Homer's writing of handshakes in the Odyssey or Homer's Iliad, which many believe to be created around 8th century BC. Now, the Quakers are the ones who many believe popularized it and really brought it to how we use it now, as in introducing ourselves, shaking someone's hand, or just, you see somebody for the first time in a long time, you reach out and shake their hand. Since that point, there have been several adaptations of the traditional handshake, whether it's secret societies like the Illuminati that many believe to have their own handshake, or fraternity brothers shaking each other's hands with a special grip to it, or even your 5th grade best friend and you guys are going through all the steps on the playground because you want to be different and cool. The handshake adaptation most commonly used nowadays, especially with younger demographics, is definitely the dap. It's what I use whenever I see my friends, or even if I'm introducing myself to the first time in a social setting, because you don't want to walk up and shake their hand like it's a job interview. Now, what I did not know is that DAP is actually an acronym. It stands for Dignity and Pride. It was created by black soldiers in Vietnam as an expression of solidarity over there. Now, I'm going to actually let photographer Lamont Hamilton explain a little bit more. He's been doing a project on DAP history, and he could probably explain it a little better than I can.
You take these young men and you put them in this space away from home, they're going to make a home with each other. And solidarity became really important. So that's what DAP was born out of. It was a communication that I'm not above you, you're not above me, we're side by side together. And that's the original DAP.
I thought that was really cool, the whole origin of the up-down before you dap, just to know that there is a reason why we're doing these things and somebody didn't start it just because they thought it was cool. Now, the way that I use this and the way that many people, especially white people, use it in today's culture is cultural appropriation in the truest sense of the term. Now, obviously, we don't mean any disrespect when we do it. It's just kind of how it has evolved over time to be socially used by people of all cultures, whether they know the history of it or not. Another modern adaptation of the hand greeting is the fist bump. Now, the person who probably brought this to the attention of all demographics was President Barack Obama in 2008 when he used it on his campaign trail. There was even an article, "Is the fist bump the new handshake?" I'm sort of a critic of the fist bump. I think it's more of a thing that older people were like, oh, the young people are all fist bumping each other. We should start doing that. If I see somebody doing it now, I think it's like the Little League first base coach fist bumping the kid after he gets a walk. Another gripe I have with the fist bump is that we don't really have a universal name for it yet. Yes, I've been saying fist bump this whole time, but people call it the pound, or people say pound the rock, and all those sound kind of corny and don't really flow very well like dap or handshake do. Many are saying the fist bump may be the best possible solution for all of our handshake germ problems, because you got to think there are a lot fewer germs on the outside of your hand like this than there are on the inside here where you're touching everything. But who knows where we're gonna go from here. I don't know if next time I walk into a job interview or introduce myself to somebody of stature, if I'm gonna walk up and fist bump them. It doesn't quite seem right. Then again, hopefully we all just wash our hands more frequently and we can keep handshaking each other. I don't really know where it's gonna go though. It may take decades even before we adjust away from the handshake, but that's why I wanted to focus on this all today, because it's something that's definitely prominent now, and years from now, who knows what we're going to be using to greet each other. So thanks for watching today. Again, this is episode 3 of Learn Some Stuff. If you want to check out the other 2 episodes, I did one on some old baseball history here and one on canals. Yes, canals here. And again, with this series, I'm making all of the intro and outro music myself. Don't really know what we're going to go with today. Don't really know what qualifies as a handshake sound or a handshake type beat, but you're hearing it right now. So if you have any feedback, any other topics you want me to cover, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to work with you guys. Thanks for watching and have a great day.